Now, if you have understood this, I want you guys to be able to solve it. I think your graph should be pretty sorted if you're able to draw the graph of this curve. It's a tricky curve. There are no options, Maybe options can be, say, 27, 36, 72, 54. None of these. These are the options. It's a tricky one. Please explain to everyone. How did you plot the graph?
So I took 4 cases where x is greater than 0, y is greater than 0, and x is greater than y. Then I took another case where x is greater than 0, y is greater than 0, and x is less than
Let's
y.
keep on making the cases. So in the first case, when this is positive, and
X is greater than y.
X is greater than y. What's the equation?
So x equal to 3.
X will be equals to 3. Okay. So in which quadrant will this graph be? X is positive, y is positive, so it has to be in the first quadrant. Will it be here or here? How will the graph be? X equals to 3.
X is equal to 3 will be in the first quadrant because both are positive.
Okay. Okay. This is the line of y equals to x. So will it be above this line or below this line?
So it will just be above x is equal to 0, that line, and y, it will be to the right of y is equal to 0. And x is equal to y वाले line के.
What is this? This is x greater than y, right?
So it will be below that.
It will be below that.
Because y by x is less than 1.
Correct. Very good. Because y is less than x, so it has to be below this. So this is the graph, right? Now, in the second case.
After that, I took x is greater than 0, y is greater than 0, and x is less than y.
Okay. What do you get?
With that I got y is equal to 3, I guess. Y is equal to 3.
So this is how it will be, right?
Y by x is greater, yes. Y by x is greater than 1, so it will be in that region. And both of them are positive, so first quadrant. Then I took x is less than 0, y is less than 0, and x greater than y.
Do you really have to take it? Will it not be the exact mirror image?
Symmetrical, right?
It's going to be symmetrical, right? So you don't even have to try. So it has to be a square here as well. Then what will happen in this?
There are 2 cases which I am confused about, which is x is greater than 0, y is less than 0, and then by default x is greater than y.
Wait, x is greater than 0, y is less than 0. So it has to be x minus y plus mod of x minus y equals to 6, right? So by default, if you make x, because it is in this quadrant, so it is always below y equals to x, right? Correct?
So x minus y will be positive in this case.
X minus y has to be positive because y will always be less than x, correct? So what is this line? X minus y equals to 3. How do you plot it?
3. So again in the first, no.
This quadrant, right? X is positive and y is negative. So how do you plot it?
0 comma minus 3 and sorry, 1 second. 0 comma minus 3 and 3 comma 0.
Correct. So this is how it will be.
And the other case will be x is less than 0, y is greater
other
than 0.
Has to be symmetric, right? Follow me.
Right.
Other has to be symmetric, so we don't have to waste time there. So this is how it will be, right? Now, how do you calculate the area?
So hexagon ka area we can take, it seems to be a symmetric hexagon, so 6a square ले सकते हैं.
Okay, 6a square. Can you not simply make it as a square and a right angle triangle and then double it?
सर वो भी कर सकते हैं.
स्क्वायर का एरिया कितना होगा? 9 प्लस इस राइट एंगल का एरिया कितना होगा?
9/2.
9/2. So what will the final answer be? This is not a regular hexagon, right? Because this is 3, but this is 3√2. This is again 3√2. So it is not a regular hexagon. Right? जो कह रहे हो आप Palumi, so see, regular hexagon is where all the sides of a hexagon are equal. Here it is not equal. Right? This side is, this is 3, so by Pythagoras theorem, this is 3√2 and this is 3. So sides are not equal. So you can't just simplify it. So you have to break it. And it's very easy. It's a square. 9 plus 9, 18. And these two are the right angle triangles. So you have to plot this graph. So you have to first of all start with first quadrant. So in the first quadrant, you will just take x is positive, y is positive. There will be two cases, when x is greater than y and when x is less than y. For x greater than y, x is greater than y, this means y is less than x, which means it has to be below this line. It has to be below this line and in the first quadrant. And if you simplify this, it comes out to be x equals to 3. So this is the line. Similarly, if you take x less than y and open it in a negative way, you will get y equals to 3. So this is what you get. Then you can simply take its mirror image because it is a very symmetric graph. If you replace x by minus x and y by minus y, it's going to remain same. So I've just taken its mirror image. Similarly, then you can just pick up any one quadrant, say in the second quadrant, x is negative, so you open this by minus x, y is positive, you open this by plus y, and then of course this line, like anything in the second quadrant is going to be above y equals to x, which means y is greater than x, so x minus y will be less than 0, so you have to open it in a negative manner. Simplify it, you will just get this line and then you will take its mirror image. Clear? So this was one of the most difficult problem because there's just, like, you know, there is no shortcut, but it's just visualization of how do you plot graphs. One of the difficult graphs to be plotted. So if you have understood this, I think you should be able to draw any graph going forward. Then moving further, let's solve this. In this, whenever you see a square, a quadratic equation, okay, Pratik, how did you solve it so fast? Like, have you already solved this question earlier? By the way, can you guys tell me that which figure is this? Which figure is this?
Circle.
Come again?
Circle.
It's a circle. Great. So how do we simplify it? We can say this is x squared, this is 6x. Either you can take the general form, 2gx, 2fy, g square plus f square minus c, whatever that we learned during JE. But here, for the interest of everyone, we can simplify this. What is this? X square plus 6x. So it will be x plus 3 whole square. Then y square, right? It will be y plus 4 whole square, right? But you have essentially added 9 plus 16, 25. So you will have to subtract 25, less than equals to 0. Or this is same as less than equals to 25, right? This is just shifting the origin. Center is minus 3 and minus 4. It is just shifting the origin. It does not affect my area. We have learned this concept. So it is same as, okay, fair. So yeah, I think it will be difficult to visualize. This was x plus 3 whole square plus y plus 4 whole square less than equal to 0. And then you had a line. 4x greater than equals to 3y. So the learning here was for the other students that this is the equation of a circle because it's a quadratic polynomial. So this is the equation of a circle, and the circle will actually be, sorry, this will be less than 25, and this circle is nothing but radius is 5 because it is r square. So radius is 5, center is -3 comma -5. So -3 comma -5, 4 will be somewhere here, right? Radius is 5, so it has to be somewhat like this, right?
Third quadrant.
-3 comma -4. We know -3 comma -4, right? It has to pass through origin. And now you have a line that is 4x greater than equals to 3y. Center is -3 comma -4. One thing to visualize now is this point lies on this line, right? Because if you put y equals to -4 and x equals to -3, it satisfies this equation. It is -12 and it is -12. So the center actually lies on this line, which means this line is nothing but the diameter, right? This line is nothing but the diameter, and this is what this line will be. Why will it be +4? Because it is y plus 4 whole square. So it has to be -4, right? Center
It will come in the third quadrant.
Okay. Yeah, fair. So it will definitely come in the third quadrant because center is -3 comma -4, x is negative and y is negative. Fair. So my graph will be somewhat like this. This is what the origin will be. And because -3 comma -4, its distance from center is nothing but 5, right? Under root of 9 plus 16 is 5, and radius is also 5, right? So which means that my circle has to pass through origin. Only then I can have this distance as 5, right? So again, I'm just talking about geometry, and how do we visualize the curve? But the point here is this line actually passes through the center. So any line that passes through the center is the diameter, right? So find the area of the region that comprises all the points that satisfy the given condition. So I think if you just plot this line, this is nothing but y less than equals to 4x by 3. And this is how this line will be, right? It has to pass through the origin. And this is how the line will be. So you just have to take the region below it, which means because this line is the diameter, it is going to divide the circle into 2 equal parts. So area bounded by this line and the circle is nothing but area of the circle by 2. The area of the circle is nothing but pi r square. Radius is 5. So this is 25 divided by 2. And hence answer has to be 12.5. My graph is not very technically correct, but I hope that you have understood. We are taking half. Okay, let me maybe try to plot the graph again properly, because you have to. Okay, maybe I'll just plot the graph again and then you'll be able to visualize. This is x, this is y. If you have to plot this line, what is this? Y less than equals to 4x by 3. So 4x by 3 is nothing but a line like this, right? Yes. And because it is y less than equals to, so it has to be this area, right? Yes. And this is a circle, right? Circle, जिसका origin is somewhere, जिसका center is somewhere on this line, -3 comma -4, right? Yes. And because it's a circle, it has to pass through origin, and it will be somewhat like this, right? And this line is going to be a diameter. So you just have to take this region, area that is inside the circle and that is below this line. So it is just half the area of the circle, because diameter divides the area into 2 equal parts. So area of the circle divided by 2. So moving further, please solve this. Okay. I've seen the answers. I'm not revealing the answers now. So Nandini, why don't you try this question and explain to everyone?
Sir, so this will be mod 2x plus y equal to b and mod 2x minus y equal to b.
Okay.
So I took like open this mod as positive. So 2x plus y equal to b, 2x minus y equal to b, and minus 2x plus y equal to b, and minus 2x minus y equal to b.
Okay.
So I took first case in which 2x plus y equal to b. In that the x-intercept and y-intercept will be b by 2 and b. I got that. I got my mistake. So I considered it to be symmetric about in all the quadrants. So area will be here half b by 2 into b.
Very good.
So b square by 4 equal to 9.
Is equals to?
B square by 4 equal to 9.
Okay. Then?
Yeah. B equal to 6.
Huh? Then b equals to?
6.
But you mentioned 6 root 2 as the answer?
Sir, I took y-intercept also as b by 2 by mistake.
Okay. Also, when b square is equals to 36, what is the value of
B
b?
plus minus 3 plus 6.
B will be plus minus 6, right? So I think only Chaitanya has mentioned it correctly as plus minus 6. Rest all of you have made a mistake. It's not b equals to 6, it is b equals to plus minus 6. Another way could have been, see, this is plus y and this is minus y, right? So does not matter. So which means generalized form of this equation can be mod 2x plus mod y equals to b, because it is basically family of lines of this general form. And you know its general form kitna hota hai? 2k square by ab. So 2 into b square upon 2 is equals to 36. So base plus minus 6. Shortcut. Without having to plot the graphs. Moving further, please solve this question. Ina, please explain to everyone how did you attempt?
Okay, sir, I got y equal to plus and minus 12 and x I got plus minus 6. So I got a rhombus kind of shape. Is it correct?
I don't know. Let us try to plot the graphs here.
So I took positive first,
okay.
then positive negative.
Okay. So let's start with the first case. Right? If both are positive, what is that equation?
So x will get cancelled, then y equal to plus minus, y equal to minus 12.
Y equals to minus 12.
Oh shit, here I'm to 6. Yeah.
Y will be plus 12 or minus 12?
Minus.
Minus 12, right? Okay, so we have a line here. Similarly, by symmetric, we'll have a line there as well, right? Plus 12. Okay. Then let's take
x came as 6. If we take y 0.
No, wait. So we have considered the first case when both are plus, and we have also considered the case when both are minus. Now let's consider a case when first is plus and third is minus, second is minus, right? What do we get? X minus 2y.
Right.
Plus x minus y equals to 12. So
yes.
What is this? 2x minus 3y equals to 12, right?
Yes.
So what is this line? How do you plot this? When x is 0, y is minus 4?
Yes.
So this is minus 4 somewhere. And when y is 0, x is 6. So this is how this line looks like, right?
Yes.
You just have to join them. And this is how it will be correct, right? And what this value will be? How do you calculate this intersection value? You'll just put y equals to 12 here, right?
Yes.
So 2x is equals to 12 3 is 36, 48. So x will be 24.
24.
So this value is 24. Similarly, you can just take symmetry, and like if you take minus plus, it is just going to be similar line, right? So this is how it will look. Am I correct here now? It's going to be a similar line.
It's not rhombus. It's different shape.
It's a different shape. Okay. So now, like how do we calculate the area?
I think we need to take it in parts like in previous question.
By symmetry, we can see that, say for example, I mean, can you apply symmetry here? The upper shape is same as the lower shape, right? So you can just calculate its area and can double it.
Okay. Okay.
Right? What is this? This is a sort of trapezium. Right? If this is 6, this also has to be minus 6. And this is 12. What is the area of this trapezium?
Half of A plus B into H.
A plus B will be what? This is 12.
12 and 24.
So this will also be 12. And what is this line? This is also 12, right? Because this is y equals to 12. So this line is also 12. So half into A plus B. 12 plus 12 is 24. Into height. Height is 12. Right? And then you just multiply this entire thing by 2. Because area is essentially double of this. So this is what? 248. 240 plus 48. Answer has to be 288. Hina, what was your mistake?
I applied half into, means I applied wrong formula actually. Okay. Half into 24 into 12 I applied, but I didn't do the double actually.
Okay, graph was correct?
Very close. I thought it's rhombus kind of.
No, rhombus is like something like this, right? Anyways, like it does not matter. What do we call it as? We just had to calculate the area. So moving further, let's see who can solve it. And this, how do we identify whether a line is a straight line or it's a square or it's a cubic thing? See, to identify a straight line, slope has to be seen, right? First derivative has to be a constant. What is first derivative? It is delta y by delta x. For a graph to be a parabola, its second derivative has to be constant. Only then it will be a quadratic function. That is the hint to solve this question. And time up. Answer is C. But let's see. See, you're given some values of x and some values of y, right? Let us calculate the first derivative. How do we calculate first derivative? What is first derivative? First derivative is nothing but delta y by delta x. Delta x is when you're moving from 1 to 2, delta x is 1. So for a unit change in x, y is changing by 4, right? So you have 4 here, 8 to 14, this is 6, this is 8, this is 10, and this is 14. Sorry, 12. Is everyone clear? Which means first derivative is not constant. If first derivative is not constant, it cannot be a straight line. Now let's move on to the second derivative. Say y double dash. So second derivative is different delta of y dash by delta x. So when you're moving x by 1 unit, y dash is changing from 4 to 6. So it is 2 here. Similarly, it is changing by 2. Similarly, it is changing by 2. Similarly, it is changing by 2. So from here, you can see y double dash is equals to 2. It is some constant. If second derivative is 2, y dash is what? You just integrate this. This is nothing but 2x plus c. And y will be nothing but 2x square plus cx plus b. So it has to be some square polynomial, and hence answer has to be this. So moving further to one of the brilliant questions, this one. And so yeah, answer is 7, but yeah, very low entho is there in the batch. So let's see how do we solve it. See, the question was f of x is equals to 15, right? So from this graph, we know that this function will take the value of 15 at how many points? This is the value, right? And this is how it will be. So for f of fx to be 15, I know fx has to be what? Fx has to be either 4 or it has to be 12, right? Because see, you can actually assume fx to be t, then f of t is 15, then by the graph you can say that if f of t is 15, t has to be either 4 or 12. So essentially you have to now calculate for how many values is fx equals to 4 and for how many values is fx equals to 12. Now fx is 4 at how many points? This is f. This is the value of 4, right? So fx is 4 at how many points? 1, 2, 3, and 4. At 4 different points, fx can take the value 4. You don't have to calculate the values. And at how many values is fx equals to 12? So 12 will be somewhere here, right? So this is how it will be. This is 10, right? So this will be 12. Point number 1, point number 2, and point number 3. So fx can take the value 12 at 3 different points. So 4 plus 3, there are 7 different points for this to hold true. Clear? A very classy problem and a unique type of problem. But yeah, this is how you have to apply your learning. So its graph is all about visualization. This question could have been solved in 10 seconds if you're able to visualize what you have to do. Okay. So now everyone has to go back. They have to revise whatever has been taught and keep on revising it like every Sunday. These are different things. You wouldn't find these type of questions in any singular book. So these are actually, some of them are made, some of them have been curated from last 10 years of papers, seeing different varieties. So don't ask me, sir, where can we find such questions? There's no place as much as I know. It might be, if someone can find it, they can share. But yeah.